There are different phases in the conversion optimization project. There are different phases when you follow the SHIP process. In the scrutinize phase, your goal is to identify usability issues, conversion problems, revenue opportunities. The ultimate final outputs from a scrutinize phase is what we call a conversion roadmap. Here are the issues that we've identified, and then we prioritize them so we know exactly what we are going to be working on a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, so on and so forth. In order for me to produce that conversion roadmap, there's lots of activities that take place. There's expert review, there's analytics assessment, analyzing heat maps, looking at session recording, doing jobs to be done, interviews, doing competitive analysis. There's a lot of activities. You can effectively, for each one of those activities, produce a document that describes the input and the output and the insights. There are some companies who are really good putting all these documents together, putting a PowerPoint presentation. We used to do that quite a bit back in 2015, 2016. But then what we've discovered is that most of the companies that hire us, they get those documents from us. They'll take an expert review document, which is about almost 120 pages, flip through the first few pages, and then just put it aside. They'll take an analytics assessment document, 70 pages, flip through it, and maybe read it, maybe not read it, put it aside. 2 months later, no one's looking at those documents. They got them. They felt good when they got them. They're like, oh, these are really big documents. But there was nothing actionable as a result. Actions were in the conversion roadmap. So what we've done since then, and every time a company comes to talk to us, I tell them we're not a PowerPoint company. I can do PowerPoints if you want me to, but you are better off if I spend my time creating that conversion roadmap, providing you with some insights, providing you with some analysis, but the conversion roadmap is what matters. Now, what I'm doing is I'm taking each one of those elements, creating a test plan. So there's a developer brief that takes the item that we identified in the conversion roadmap. Here's the data insights that actually told us why we should test this. Here's the hypothesis. Here are the designs. Here's how it should be implemented. Again, that's another deliverable. And this is an internal deliverable that we have because our developers cannot actually implement the A/B test without actually having that document. So that's another document that we produce. Now, the final and perhaps the most important document in a conversion optimization project is what we call a user insights document. As you are testing, as you are running more and more experiments, you're making assumptions, you're finding whether those assumptions are correct or not about your website visitors. It's almost like, you start by making assumptions about the visitors and your customers. As you do more testing, that picture becomes clearer and clearer. That document helps guide any new design that you do, any new marketing campaigns that you do, and it's a very critical document because that is the essential document for any future experiments that you run, for any future marketing campaigns that you run. For each one of those phases, the scrutinize, the hypothesize, the implement, the A/B testing, or the propagate, you can do a lot of documents. I prefer to focus on 2 or 3 main documents, on creating my user insights document, which is a living document that we continue adding to, as opposed to creating 60 different PowerPoints that no one reads after the project runs.